Good evening, everybody. Good evening. You might just be, actually, you are just tuning in because I just put it on, but I am testing out StreamYard for tomorrow on Spark FM. So bear with me and Mingo for a few minutes. We're going to talk, but I just want to see how this is working. Make sure you guys can hear me. Make sure it's on the Java with Jimmy page. And that's about it. Mingo, say hello to the people while I'm looking down and making sure everything looks right and is doing right.
Hey everybody, how y'all doing? We're doing a test run um, for Java with Jimmy. It's gonna be on Spark Radio tomorrow. He's gonna have a few different people that he's gonna interview. Ayanna Presley is one of them. Jessica Tang from the school committee.
That's it. That's at 9 o'clock tomorrow. She's at 9. She's going to be at home. I did that before I got the radio filled up, but that needs to be longer. Her and I for the hour. These other folks will pop
Okay.
half an hour. But go ahead. You can finish the lineup while I'm looking. What's up, Billy?
Yeah, we're just trying to give a test run to see how it'll work.
Billy said he want to join in real quick. Hold on. Billy, you got a good signal? The other night, I know what you call it was messing with you. Hold on, let me get this together. Mingo, I think you know Billy. Hold on.
Well, listen, we had a good day today.
Tell us about what happened.
We had some good feedback from people that we were speaking to today in Swampscott. They very receptive and understanding. So nothing negative. It was more like we appreciate you sharing the information. A lot of it was we didn't know. A lot of the comments, initial comments was we didn't know. We had no clue. So we kind of told them, what it is and check out the hashtags, and they'll be able to pull up different videos and different comments and different flyers that's been put together to address some of the issues. So it was a pretty good Sunday morning.
Okay. That is good, man. I seen the pictures. I seen you all went out to eat. That was the main thing I saw. I was like, oh crap, I missed the food. Nah, I'm joking. Billy, I sent you the link, man. So pop on, bro. You should be good. All right. But I appreciate Mingo. Look at him. He's still in his Roxbury South End partnership shirt. Mingo got lined up, y'all. Mingo, how come you didn't show the people your haircut?
Oh, you got a little on that.
Mingo looking better than me, y'all. I gotta try to look right for tomorrow. But Billy, I think, is on his way in. We're not going to be on long. I just wanted to test it to see if everything's working. The only thing I do, that's how you do it. Yo, I'm learning. Okay, so you can show the comment. Yo, bro, you see that?
Yep. Yeah, that's it. You're getting the hang of it.
Thank you, Mingo. I'm trying, man.
I'm glad I get to be the test subject.
I wouldn't say you were the test subject, man. I would say that you were a brother that's looking out for his other brother because, I'm trying to test and make sure everything's good.
Okay.
We'll put it like that. Billy didn't get in yet. I'm going to stay on hopefully till he get in and we see what happens. But all right, we'll take that out. Yo, this is kind of dope, bro. Okay. So then people will be able to, now I wonder about music. I can't do anything with music.
I think you can. You just gotta because I've heard a few different people tell me this is the platform they use for their podcast. So
with music,
sure. Yeah, with music.
Okay. So one of the things I put up as the title that's probably on Facebook. I just noticed. Hold on, Billy. I just sent you the link, and not in your email, in your text. I just sent it to you. I think I did. I hope I did. Did I send it to the wrong person? Shh. I hope they don't join. Well, they don't have to get in any. Wait a minute. That should be to you. Hold on. Mingo, shut up.
What Billy did you send it to? You gotta stop.
Mingo, I'm not messing with you, brother. Yeah. Hold on. Hold on, Billy. Crap. That's not funny. I don't know if you could
Shit.
tell, but my face is probably just as pink as this sweater. Oh, where is it? Where is it? Uh,
Dude, it happens when you got too many people in your phone. You got 100 different Billies. I know how it be.
yeah, you better fix that up real good because I was about to get you. Hold
I
on, bro.
tried.
Where the hell? I'm on a computer, Billy,
Yo,
so that's why I can't find it.
Patriots got spanked. They
They
got
did?
treated like stepchildren.
Dave, what's up, Mel? Wow, Mingo and I out here just clowning y'all. I'm getting ready for what you call it. Let's put there go Dave. He said, "My guys, you see him? Yo,
What
Mingo, this
up, D?
dope, dog. I kind of
Oh
like.
yeah. Yo, this
I
might
gotta figure out where I get the brother the during
this might be the new Java. This platform right here.
Oh no, it should be. Oh, there we go.
What's going on,
Oh,
D?
Yo, Billy,
it's
you made it. Yo, your hit. I hate you. Your hair's longer than mine, man.
man.
What's up,
He
people?
don't know.
If y'all are just coming in, I'm just out here with Mingo and what you call it, Billy. I'm testing the what do you call it, the StreamYard for going on Spark FM tomorrow. We had Billy on the other night. Mingo, I think you saw it or you definitely shared it. We talked
I
about
saw it.
voting.
I
Yep.
saw it.
And actually you was on. And Billy gave his perspective, real perspective. Billy, by any chance, since we're on here live, has anything changed? I'm just,
Nah, nothing, yo, man. Nothing with me has changed, man. I keep telling you, man. Like, I'm gonna tell you, like I've been saying. In order for anything to change, you gotta give me a reason for me to change my mind. You know what I mean? My mindset. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like, yo, D, man, I love what you're doing down there, man.
Billy,
See, that's what
Billy,
I'm talking about.
can I get you just to register and vote, man? Just listen. It don't change if we don't change together, man.
Nah, you
You know,
right.
I,
You
you know how
definitely
long
right.
I've known you. You know how long I've known you. You've been seeing what I've been doing for a good
Yeah, it's
majority of
true.
your life. I was the same. Oh, sorry, guys. I was the same person you were till I got
dad
into.
at the same time. Sorry, guys.
Yeah,
Nah,
I was
that's
just
dope.
like you till I put my name in the hat. I changed my perspective because I put my name in the hat. Who am I going to really vote for that's going to really change my life? You know,
Mm.
and there's not too many people out there. I hope to see you put your name in the hat so someone can vote for you. So you can be that change you looking for.
Yeah, that's definitely real, man. Because I definitely seen all the steps that you've taken, man, since I've been a kid. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I mean, from the football to for the football to everything, you know. And you know what I mean. It's much appreciated, man. If ain't nobody else telling you, man, I'm telling you, man. I appreciate it, man. Like, cause you bringing
Thank
it to
you.
the front, you bringing it to the front doors, man. And a lot of people are scared to do that, you know. Like people would rather stand outside the fence than to walk into a person's yard. You know what I'm saying? You ain't scared to do that, especially coming from where we come from, you know. And that's real, bro. Like, man,
That's
I
why.
see it.
That's why I need your vote. I need your vote. I
Oh,
can't do nothing if I can't get in the office. I need your vote. We need to bring the numbers of vote in our neighborhood so the services come to us, so they can stop using us the way they do. And you can be that change. You and I and a whole bunch of us in the neighborhood who tired of the bull crap can take control of the narrative and make it what it is. Like Ramiro called me on the radio. He called me a criminal. He told everybody to vote for the criminal instead of making
So
the
stop. I
true
heard about that.
story.
I heard about that. Somebody that
Say
was
that
not
again.
even
Yeah,
I heard about that, and some of the community was not happy with how he was framing you or whatever. And he's a jokester or whatever, but some people actually spoke to me about that as recently as yesterday.
yeah, because it's a joke to them, and we the ones that got to be serious about this. I'm tired of watching people get killed. I'm tired of kids getting the short end of the education. I'm tired of seeing my neighbors get moved out. I'm tired of us not getting the jobs. I'm tired of us being labeled. I'll be a criminal. I'll take that. Add that to my resume. But the next meeting I walk into, I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna add that to my resume. I'm a father. I'm a brother. I'm an uncle. You know what I mean? Like my man Mathematics said that in Faneuil Hall. That he's a reformed criminal, and people will appreciate that he said it because they don't want to make us. They don't want to give us the opportunity to change so they can control the narrative, and they can't realize we don't need to change. All we have to do is add to what we're doing. I'm not trying to change who I am. All I'm trying to do is add to who I am so we can become better.
And you know, honestly, too, when you if you really want to get down to the nitty gritty of everything that's going on, right? Every superhero story needs a villain, man. And usually at the end, usually in some of the superhero stories, usually the villain's not usually always the bad guy either, you know. And sometimes you gotta
Unbelievable.
play your role, you know. And you know what I mean. A lot of people who don't understand what's really going on, or a lot of people who's actually standing up for certain things that they believe in, are going to be looked at in a certain way or a certain aspect, you know. And the fact that you even putting yourself on front line like that, man, is a major thing. Because I agree too, you know what I mean, as far as, you know what I mean, the young boys getting killed, the young girls, you know what I mean, getting killed, and different things like that, you know. Like the violence, you know what I mean, the violence is going up now since there's no school, kids don't have nothing to do, you know what I mean. Like it's just the murder rate is just shooting up, the drug rate shooting up, everything's just going up, man, especially in our neighborhoods too. And the fact that you realize that, and you actually, you know what I mean, getting out there and stepping on a lot of toes behind it, says a lot.
There was something that I heard about that there was a life lost last night. I lost a young man that I grew up with over out of Bromley. You know what I'm saying? On Wednesday night, I heard on the news this morning they caught the alleged, will be fair, alleged shooter, but I've been quiet about it, but Billy, it's the same exact stuff that Mingo knows that I've been talking about for Facebook memories, man. The bad thing about it is it shows me that, like, in some cases for a decade, stuff is popping up from like 10 years ago, and it's the same, you know, exact issue. So to some extent, I get it as far as, you know, voting and what does it do and whatnot. But, you know, I'm not going to mess with you, Mingo. He'll have that charge. We'll work on you maybe for the next year. So when Mingo gets ready to go up, but I just, when you said something about the violence, it just made me think about something, man.
It's only getting worse because we continue to allow it to get worse. There's a culture out there that some people want to be a part of, which is only a small percentage of the community, and then there's a community that don't want to have nothing to do with it. So how do we separate someone who might be a person who doesn't have any ties to the streets, but still got to live the code of the streets? You know, I was a person that was stuck in the middle of that, dealing with family, friends, and because of the neighborhood I lived in, it's something that, you know, automatically I was associated with, even though I had no interest in it. You know, what I was trying to do for my community wasn't the same as everybody else. You know, I spent a good 30 years of my life trying to give back to the young people, to the seniors, to the families, doing what I would do. Generation who parents are upset because their kids don't come outside. Why the hell do I want to come outside and get involved in something I got nothing I want to be a part of? So how do we bring that to light? How do people talk about what's the real reality for some of these parents? I don't want to let my 14-year-old son walk around the neighborhood knowing he might get harassed by police, knowing he might get jumped because he's wearing something someone might not like. Like, come on. There's a lot we can talk about that we have to change within our Black community, man.
I'm gonna mess with Mingo because he the one with the bad signal tonight. But Billy, jump in based on what he was saying.
Now, you know what I mean? I definitely agree with D was saying, because it's just like, you know, me and D come from, you know what I mean, similar backgrounds, you know, like I grew up around, you know what I mean, his family and the different, you know what I mean, Cape Verdean families out there. Like I grew up in the Black and Cape Verdean neighborhoods, you know, off of Bowden Street and different things like that. And, you know, to actually see the people being moved out by gun violence and just, you know what I mean, a whole lot of other things that's going on. Like I'm gonna be real, and I'm gonna be honest with it. Like, you know, I honestly want to give back. I honestly want to be able to sit and talk my piece with different people and stuff like that, and actually can see what I can do, because I was a part of that problem. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna sit here and say that I wasn't, because I was, you know. And Domingo's gonna know who I'm talking about when I say this. Like, actually a good brother to me, man. I remember, I never forget it. I was walking through Ronan Park one time. He had sat down. He had a good, great conversation with me. It's Benny. You know what I'm saying? He had a real conversation with me. He you know what I mean? He kicked it real to me, and you know what I mean? He opened my eyes to a couple of things, you know, and different things like that. He knew my family pretty well. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? Losing him, made me feel some kind of way, you know what I mean? Because he actually sat down and gave me some jewels, man. Like I'll never forget that.
Can I ask you a question, Billy? What was the age difference between you two? Because Mingo knows this. One of the things that we're hearing and learning now is that, you know, there's this sort of generational thing that, you know, 18, 19, like my, I don't know the age of the young man that killed my boy, but, you know, I'm understanding that there's this, you know, 3 to 5 year difference. Darren's talked about it before. What was the age difference between you and him? And do you think it's the age thing? Do you think there's a gap in respect from an 18-year-old to like the 35-year-old OG? Do you think the 18, 19-year-old respects the 35-year-old?
It all depends. You know what I'm saying? Like it really all depends. Like me, honestly, like when I got into the street, 14, 15 years old. I was going at it with dudes that was a whole lot older than me. You know what I mean? I was actually groomed and raised by dudes that were actually older than me, that was in their 30s and stuff like that. You know what I mean? My uncles and cousins to them, you know what I mean? Different things. But when you look at it now, like, there is no respect now. There was respect back then. You know what I'm saying? You was able to call somebody else's block and be like, yo, listen, man, my cousin got a problem with your cousin, or my boy got a problem with your boy. Let them shoot the fair one, or whatever the case is, because certain money was involved or certain respect was involved, and there was certain relationships that were involved. Now, there ain't no relationships no more. There's no respect no more. Nobody cares no more. When you see somebody's grandmother coming up the stairs with bags of groceries, you would help her. Dudes don't
I was just getting ready to
no
say, and there's no street rules anymore or code as far as the fact where women and children used to sort of be, you know, off limits, and whatever their some thoughts are about, you know, women and setup and all that. But there was at least a street code where women and children, at least, you know, things didn't happen. Like you would hear about a shooting during the day and be like, oh my God. And like now it's like every other month. Because you know what I mean? Go ahead.
If you look at the street game, right? Everybody keeps forgetting that each game has a cheat code. And a lot of these dudes that's growing up in this thing are changing the rules to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's okay to shoot when women and children when women and children are outside. It's okay to shoot when elderly people are outside. You don't care because now you got to be the illest. You got to be the thoroughest. You got to be X, Y, and Z. You know what I'm saying? Which is not true. You know what I'm saying? When I was growing up, you didn't have none of that, because your OGs, your brothers, your cousins, your father and them might put their foot in your behind by doing something stupid like that. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of that's not recognized no more. And, you know, a lot of young dudes that's coming up that don't even know what's going on between different blocks will be sent out by somebody that they think is somebody like, yo, listen, man, we need you to go holla at dude right there, whatever. There was a situation where I've been in where, you know, at 27, I'm in the store buying, you know what I mean, buying my chips or whatever. And I got my son with me, you know what I'm saying? And young dude come to the store, ask me who I am or whatever. And he was no older than 16, you know what I'm saying? And I was put in a real bad predicament right then and there, you know, where I had to show my true colors in front of my son. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was different for me, man. And it was real different, you know? So now, you know what I mean? I think differently, I move differently. And I just feel like a lot of that needs to be addressed too. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these young kids need to have good major outlets to draw them away from what they can do, what can get them life sentences or get them death sentences. You know what I'm saying?
But which is in a sense ending of life. And Mingo, and you can attest to this. That's one of the things that Mingo's been great about as far as like swimming, the football and everything, keeping young people active. You know what I mean? And now we got a 4-year-old out here as an activist, a little young lady. Mingo, we've been talking. I didn't mean to kind of not pay attention to you, man, but I know you was having signal problems. So, you know, we were talking trash.
So I'm breaking in and out.
I know, but if you turn your Wi-Fi off, you'll be better. Turn your Wi-Fi off. It's trying to pick up Wi-Fi. I know, but if you turn the Wi-Fi off, it's going to help your signal better. I learned that the hard way. It'll go on the just Verizon signal if you turn your Wi-Fi off. I know something, a little something. This is water in case anybody's asking. You have AT&T, so you should be good.
Yeah, you better now.
I'm on the highway. I'm on my way to get my daughter from cheer. You know what I mean?
Okay, but see, you're better now. See, Mingo, I know a little something.
I know. Don't ask me to change your flat tire, though.
You don't sound like what you call it, Metro PCS no more. But yo, I just wanted to jump on, test this. I did not know Billy, and shout out to you for hopping on and us having convo. But Mingo, before I go, I mean, what are some thoughts based on what Billy said?
No, he's absolutely right. You got to remember, there's a line of respect from the older to the younger, and then from the younger to the older. You know, guys that I watch out there, you know, they made sure that certain things wasn't done in front of, you know, certain people. Now that respect is gone because the older dudes are trying to get clout from the younger dudes. Like you're trying to get approval. I'm 43 trying to get approval from my 22-year-old son.
Mhm.
How does that work?
Mm-mm.
You know what I
No,
mean?
it
And that's
can't.
but that's what's going on. This is why you noticing you can't just say the young folks are getting shot at. We got dudes dropping at 40.
But one of the
So
things that I'm hearing though is that, how can I say this? Well, it doesn't say who told me. It's internal. The younger and the older I'm hearing is into, when you hear about the
oh
older,
yeah,
it
yeah, of
more
course.
than likely
I know what
first
you're
is
saying.
internal versus rival, which is, that's why Billy, I was asking you about the thing of the older and the younger, because that internal is I just, that used to be a street code. Like you didn't shoot
because
cats in your own block.
Because you got to look at it like this, right? You know what I mean? A lot of the OGs that grew up in certain areas were gone for so long that they weren't even able to even get out here and even school a lot of these young dudes. You know what I'm saying? Or even get out here and even put the jewels in their head. So now it's just like, who are you? I ain't gotta respect you. You ain't nobody to me. Like, you know what I mean? And what happens is it's like, yo, hold on, young blood. Like, you ain't gonna talk to me like that. You're gonna respect me all the way around, because you gotta remember the era that these OGs went in, and you gotta remember the era that these young dudes are coming up in. It's different. You know what I'm saying? And it's real. I got two boys I'm raising. My oldest is a B13 and my youngest son to be 12. You know what I'm saying? And I don't need neither one of them gang banging. You know what I'm saying? I try to keep them away from that crowd as much as I can, you know, and it's sad because right now during the COVID, it's kind of hard to even do anything with them actively, like get them in football, basketball, anything, because everything's shut down. I want them to be active and away from the life that I live. You know what I'm saying? They don't need to understand the respect between an OG and a young dude. They don't need to understand that. They just need to understand the respect between father and son. You know what I mean? Somebody who's raising them to be better than he was, you know?
Yep.
And when you talk about internal beef, it becomes internal because there is no respect at all. It's like, yo, I'm not listening. If I don't have to listen to my father at home, what makes you think I have to listen to you? And that's where a lot of it came from. When you grew up on different blocks, you had certain stepfathers or fathers, or I'm gonna say it like this: you had real men that were in my era at that time. You know what I'm saying? They see you out there talking to your mother or disrespecting your aunt or something. They pick you up and hang you on the fence by your drawers.
Quickly.
Or they might pop you in your mouth or check you in front of, you know what I mean? I'm sorry, man, but I don't like the way he's talking to you like that. He shouldn't be talking. And it has happened to me where I challenged my grandmother and dudes had put me in my place. Oh, you want to be a man? This is what it's going to take to be a man. I've learned that. You know what I mean? I done took a couple of bumps and bruises as a young dude from grown men because I thought I knew everything. And that's the problem. These young dudes think they know everything listening to music or movies or certain novels that they may read, but ain't nobody telling them what the flip side of that other life is holding for them.
What the other side of the fence and the other side of it could really wind up being no life. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, and that's, go ahead.
And being selfish too, because even though you're dead doesn't mean that your peoples aren't grieving. Now we're left. Now your peoples is left with that hurt, that pain. Your mother, your father, your brother, your sister.
But Billy, not just with the grieving, but let's keep it 100. Cats are also left with the fact of what they're going to do. They took one. And all life loss is, and I don't know how we got down here, but we're here. All life loss is significant, but one of the things that and Stephanie Everett mentioned this to me almost 4 or 5 years ago, is that to some extent, if cats are in the game and the worst happens or they get bucked, it's not like a huge surprise if they were putting in work. Let's put it that way. And there's been some incidents, bro, where people weren't in the game. They were like, it seems like there was an intentionality to get the school kid, to get the nerd, to get the one that didn't really, kind of could have had one foot in, known from the block, but not really put in any work. And I said all that to say that a lot of times when those situations happen, would you agree that it makes it just, the sting is different? The sting is different. Like if somebody, a young person from a particular block, when I say from a block, they just live around there. They ain't putting in work. They ain't participating in nothing. But because they live around there, a rival group is going to mess with them just to put a little extra level of like hurt. You know what I'm saying? Or there have been situations where folks have aimed at one person and an innocent person got, shot. And then that other crew is like, all right, then we going to get somebody innocent. do you think the sting is different? Because when you mentioned that family, and I'm going here for a reason, you mentioned that family is still hurt and grieving, but some, not just family and hood family, is left more with grieving, and that grieving displays itself in a couple of ways. I know that was a lot, but you can't hear me. Oh, Mingo. That was for you, Billy, but Mingo too.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Mingo.
Nah, I can't hear you.
We got you with a signal. Now we can't get your thing on. Put your mute on, bruh. Or your batteries probably ran out.
But I'll speak till he get back. But you know what I mean. I feel
Go
like
ahead.
how I feel. I feel like this. Like, you know what I mean. When I was coming up to, also, you know what I mean. You had basketball players who hung with basketball players, skateboarders hung with skateboarders. You know what I mean. You had the geek squad, nerd squad, whatever you want to call them, and you had the gangbangers that chill with the gangbangers. You know, different things like that. And to me, I feel like that now you could be a football, basketball, playing skateball, whatever, gangbanger. You know what I'm saying? But then you also, you got, for me, this is my opinion of growing up. Like, I've never seen really no kid that wasn't involved with any of the groups get messed with, unless dudes were really that dumb and that stupid and really just want to be a bully. I never really seen that. You know what I'm saying? Like, but now if you're not involved in nothing, but you know what I'm saying? Let's just say Kyle's friends with Robert, right? But Kyle's not involved in nothing, but he grew up in the neighborhood with Robert. But because the other rival may see Kyle hanging with Robert or being around Robert, they form their own opinion around that. You know what I'm saying? Or sometimes you may have a Kyle that's cool with Robert. Now Robert gets killed, and that's that's Kyle's best friend. Now Kyle wants to just get rid of all his dreams because he wants to get back for Robert. You know, so many different scenarios.
Billy, you just I'll shut up. Go ahead, Mingo, and then I'm going to tell you what you just described. Go ahead, Mingo. We still didn't get him back on the volume. Mingo, I'm going to talk so much trash about you, but we're only here because Mingo agreed to test, so I can't talk too much trash. Take them darn headphones off and just talk through the phone. He's trying to fix it. But so I'll say now, Billy, I don't hear him yet. I was working with someone from the city, and that's been named that one incident, cats of one incident, the proximity to an incident. Try it now, Mingo. Nope, still nada. All right, I think you may be coming out. I don't have you on mute. I'm going to put you on mute and take you off and see what happens. See if that works. It ain't me, bro. It's all you.
Yeah, it's just phone.
You might have to give well, no, this is a website for y'all, so I don't know. But what we were saying was that some of these young people, Billy, are one incident away. That you said Robert and Kyle, whichever one isn't really that much in the game. Let's say Robert wasn't that much in the game, but Kyle was, and Kyle got killed, as you said. That one incident, Robert now feels protected. Maybe Robert was with him when he got killed, and now they see me with him. Mingo, I think you coming back.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Go ahead, Mingo.
Can you hear me now?
Oh,
yeah.
You know what probably happened? You taking your Wi-Fi off probably messed with your headphones. Sorry.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
We can hear you now. This isn't the Verizon commercial.
I'm on the highway.
I know. So you got a little delayed signal.
Okay, well.
So did you hear what Billy and I said? We'll shut up. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I heard what you guys said, but it's exactly again the conversation that needs to be had. More of this needs to be had with all age brackets. You know what I mean? I agree with what he said about keeping his sons out of a certain lifestyle because it starts at a young age. You being engaged in what your kids are doing to and from school, to and from home, who they with, keeping them mentally occupied, physically occupied, spiritually occupied. So like that, you have a well-rounded person. You know, I'm on my way to pick up my daughter at 8 o'clock at night from cheer practice in Weymouth. I'm coming from Boston to Weymouth to pick her up because I need her to be well-rounded. So this street life is something that's hard to run from when you live in Boston because, you know, I got to go to school in Charlestown. I live in Mattapan. So I got to go through 7, 8, 9 different blocks. On my way to and from school is either I roll with somebody or I get beat up.
I think we're losing them again.
Or I find it difficult to get along, and I have to taking the every day. So again, there's a lot of factors that go into this issue, but it's the way we go about educating our youngest population so they can understand how to deal with the issue of peer pressure, how to understand how they fit in. A lot of us are just looking for value, for someone to value us as a person with what we can do. So when we find a group of friends that value your skills, it's not a gang in your eye, because it's not. It's your family, it's your friends, it's the people that you live around. He's a Marshall kid. I met him at the Marshall. So everybody around the Marshall, from Phil's Corner to Four Corners, is his friends. Are they a gang? No, they're a bunch of kids that play in the basketball court by the school. But society wants us to label each other a gang, so we run with it. We're not a gang. We're just a group of friends. We want a better lifestyle. Give me something to do, and I'll do it. But when you got community centers that have all these barriers for you to get in, you can only use the gym at 6 o'clock at night. You get out of school at 2 o'clock. What am I supposed to do at 2:15 besides run the block, run up and down Geneva Ave causing trouble, in and out of the corner store stealing because I only had $1 and I can't get nothing to eat with $1? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to shoplift, get my first case. So, there's a lot of different factors that go into how we get involved in different things. But now that we're the adults and we know, why do we continue to allow it to happen? This goes back to the voting piece. You got to vote. Why? Because we're going to try to get a new school committee. How do we do that? By voting. How do we put the pressure on electives if they know that we're not voting? They can care less about the crime in Dorchester. Charles Stewart, if you don't know who Charles Stewart is, you should look into it, right? This is the reason why we have news media in the black neighborhood. After a white man killed his wife for insurance money, a black man was blamed, and all of a sudden, every news outlet in America wanted to run news stories out of Roxbury and Dorchester. But before that,
specifically out of Mission. Yep.
Right. So, we can go in there on and on and on and on and on about this, but I'm just glad, Billy. It's good to see you. You looking good. How's the rest of your family? I know the little ones are all big now.
Yeah, man. Yo, I remember when you wanted my son at 3 to play football, bro.
Mingo's recruiting mad early, man. Like he's the army, man.
Yo, my son was bigger. Yo, my son was bigger than your average 5-year-old at 3, bro.
Okay, then. So Mingo was trying to get him. Did he get him on the team yet?
Nah, man. It's funny because I was actually gonna reach out to Domingo sometime last year. And I forgot how I lost his number, but I was gonna do it again this year because I seen him. But then the COVID kicked in, yo, because both of my sons want to play football, yo.
Well, they're gonna be ready. Right? Listen, by the time this thing is over, they should be ready. But Billy, your cousin's on, man, which is a good friend of mine, Isaiah.
Yeah, what's going on, guys?
So I haven't figured this out yet because some reason I can't see the comments on my main page, but just on Java with Jimmy. So I got to figure that out. But I wanted to thank both of y'all. It started out as a test. Billy saw us on and we went into this convo, about violence. We want to definitely give condolences to the family of the young man that was lost in the Roxbury area. Just short past 12 this morning, somebody else was killed in the city of Boston. So yeah, we have to really figure out a way to deal with it internally within our hood, but we also have to hold those accountable who are getting money and resources. And Billy, to your point, elected to address and engage with us around policies and things that's going to help us when we're trying to help ourselves. So I don't want to hold y'all too much longer. We've been on for about a good 45 minutes. It's working. I'm still figuring out some stuff. We'll have guests tomorrow. Don't forget Michelle Wu will be on tomorrow at 9 a.m. I keep saying Michelle Wu, Jessica Tang. I flipped. Well, I'll admit I wind up changing flyers and I got both flyers sitting up here. I got a few flyers sitting up here right now, but Jessica Tang is coming on tomorrow at 9 a.m. And then we'll have the Java with Jimmy on Spark FM. That's why we're testing today. And that is basically it for me, everybody. Gentlemen, y'all say good night. I appreciate y'all. It's working. And hopefully it'll work tomorrow. Hopefully.
All right, y'all, man. D, it was good seeing you, man. Jay,
good to see you guys. Y'all be good.
Of course, man. All right, Mingo. Thank y'all. So it works. It works. Y'all seeing my little office set up in the background. So, all right, I'm getting off of here. We'll see you guys tomorrow at 9 a.m. and we'll be going from there. All right, talk to you soon. Thanks.